I'm pretty sure that when we think about the cleanest countries, most of us think about European countries such as Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, Austria, and many, many more. But let me tell you, outside of Europe, there are plenty of squeaky clean countries. A clean country ain't just about fresh air, it's crucial for the economy too, because it brings in tourists, pumping up that economy. So buckle up, let's dive into the 10 cleanest countries outside Europe. Number 10, Cyprus. Let me clarify, unlike other European countries, Cyprus is not solely a European country, it's geographically connected to Asia. However, its culture and influence share similarities with Europe, and being a part of the European Union links it closely to Europe in some aspects. Despite that, we can't label it as a typical European country. That's why it earns its place on this list. Well, moving on, Cyprus has some seriously clean beaches and clear waters along the Mediterranean. They're top-notch, scoring a whopping 99.1% for cleanliness in 2020. This small country stands out as a leader in environmental preservation and sustainability. They work hard to keep everything tidy, not just for tourists, but also to make sure the environment stays healthy for the next bunch of folks who come along. Number 9, Singapore. There was a time when Singapore used to be like that. But over time, this tiny nation has progressed significantly. Now we can say that along with its development, Singapore is one of the cleanest places in the world today. The nation's dedication to cleanliness isn't just by chance, it's the result of stringent laws, efficient waste management systems, and a population that's deeply aware of the importance of cleanliness. And let me tell you, it's not just about keeping the streets tidy, it's a way of life here. Singaporeans take pride in their surroundings, and you can see it in every corner you turn. From meticulously clean streets to well-maintained public spaces, this place sets a high standard for cleanliness that few can match. It's a testament to what can be achieved when a community comes together with a shared goal of creating a cleaner, greener environment for all. Number 8, Botswana. Botswana is like a dream for nature lovers, with its stunning landscapes and incredible wildlife. Whether you're exploring the vast Kalahari Desert or marveling at the breathtaking rivers and deltas, there's so much to discover and experience in this amazing country. There are many reasons behind this country being so clean. Firstly, the government of Botswana has implemented effective waste management policies and invested in infrastructure for waste disposal and recycling. Additionally, there is a strong cultural emphasis on cleanliness and environmental stewardship among the population. Education and awareness campaigns play a crucial role in promoting clean habits and responsible waste disposal practices. Moreover, Botswana's relatively stable political environment and commitment to sustainable development contribute to maintaining cleanliness across the country. These combined efforts result in Botswana being perceived as one of the cleanest countries in Africa. Number 7, Barbados. Did you know that in Barbados, there are no private beaches? That's right. You have access to all areas, including the most exclusive spots like Sandy Lane. So whether you're lounging on the pristine sands of Crane Beach or taking a dip in the crystal clear waters of Bottom Bay, you can enjoy the beauty of Barbados from every corner without any restrictions. This country is quite clean and provides a good environment. Its beaches are also among the cleanest in the world. Barbados maintains its cleanliness through a combination of factors. The government implements stringent environmental regulations and waste management policies to ensure the preservation of the island's natural beauty. Barbadians are also very down-to-earth people who care for their island as much as they can. Number 6, Panama. Did you know that Panama is the only place in the world where you can see the sun rise on the Pacific and set on the Atlantic? How cool is that? Also, Panama is the only country in the world with a canal connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Retirees are drawn to this nation due to its infrastructure, cleanliness, and pleasant environment. This place is not just a tourist hotspot and financial powerhouse, it's also super duper clean. They don't mess around with cleanliness here. And you know what? They're serious about sustainability and taking care of the environment too. So whether you're a retiree looking for a peaceful spot or a tourist seeking adventure, Panama's got you covered. It's clean, it's green, and it's ready to welcome you. Number 5, Cuba. Take a close look at this photo. What do you think? Just notice how clean the streets of Cuba are, even if the condition of the buildings might not seem perfect. Let me give you the lowdown on Cuba. Now, it's not exactly a bustling metropolis with skyscrapers and all that jazz, but here's what's interesting. Despite not being as developed as some other places, Cuba's got some seriously good public health stats. A big part of that is to their emphasis on cleanliness. They've got it down to a T, which is why they're right up there among the cleanest countries in the world. It's kind of surprising, right? It just goes to show that you don't need all the fancy stuff to keep things tidy and healthy. Cuba's proof of that. Number 4, UAE. Like Singapore, UAE is also a lesson for other countries as to how a country has developed so much in a very short time. See how clean these roads of Dubai are despite being a huge tourism. Do you know why? Let me tell you, it's a small country, but they've got their cleaning game down pat. I mean, I've never seen anything like it in other countries. They even clean their traffic signals. Can you believe it? And those pedestrian bridges? Spotless. Everywhere you look, there are bins for garbage, both plastic and non-plastic. And they even have ashtrays to keep things tidy. And you know what's really impressive? When people see how clean everything is, they pitch in to keep it that way. It's a real testament to the pride they have in their country. Number 3, Canada. Did you know several decades ago there was a Hollywood movie being shot in Toronto, which was being used as a stand-in for New York City? Urban legend has it the film crew tried to find a typically dirty New York City alley but couldn't find any, so they deliberately tossed garbage around to create the appearance they were looking for in preparation for an early morning shoot. When the crew arrived next day to start the shoot, they discovered that city work crews had cleaned up the alley overnight and it was pristine once again. But that was back in the days when New York was a mess and Toronto had maybe 2 million people. Teams have changed for both cities. Canadians have a social democracy and pay taxes, so they have public officers that keep common areas clean. This differs from place to place, but generally most of Canada's cities have supported public services that pay good wages to our refuse handlers, and also Canadians invest in technologies related to city refuse handling and recycling. Due to these reasons, Canada is a developed and clean state. Number 2, Australia. Maybe you don't know. If you visit one beach a day in Australia, it will take you 27 years to see all of them. Australia is a country with much less pollution than many countries in the world. Main reason is Australia is a very large country, and people live mostly on the coastal towns. More than 21 million Aussies have participated in Clean Up Australia activities and events over the past 3 decades. This makes it clear how aware Australians are about cleanliness. No wonder the result of this is visible to all of us in how clean Australia is today. This also makes one thing very clear. For a country to truly develop, its people need to be developed in their mindset. Only then will the country develop on its own. Number 1, Japan. Did you know? Some time ago, during the FIFA World Cup, Japan demonstrated to the world that if the people of a country are developed, the country itself will become developed. After a World Cup match, Japanese people cleaned the entire stadium, reflecting this sentiment that applies to the entire nation. Japanese children are taught to clean and maintain their environment with respect from kindergarten onwards, and they continue to do so until they graduate. There are various rules regarding cleanliness implemented in Japan, which makes it one of the cleanest countries in the world. The garbage sorting and recycling system can be confusing for newcomers. It's not always clear which bin to use, and they even separate plastics into dry or wet categories. Different types of waste, like kitchen scraps or recyclables, are collected on designated days. Following the city's rules for waste disposal keeps the streets clean, making it noticeable for travelers. The video ends here, and in this list, we can also include some more non-European countries like Costa Rica, South Korea, Kazakhstan, Qatar, New Zealand, and Belize. These countries are also quite clean to a considerable extent.